Welcome all to Doug's Den of Discussion number 10. Wow, double digits. Today's episode was going to be a little different than it is, but as I started thinking more about it, I wanted to discuss sort of the evolution of my own writing and why it existed and where it led me. So when I first started writing, it was more observations. When I was a teen, just I would write observations about people and laws and government and nature and institutions like school and just how we interact, how we are as people. And I started saying to myself, well, what is the point of this? Like, what kind of writer is that? Like, you just jot notes down. I had books and books filled with notes. And so I started asking that question, well, what is the point of this? And something came to me that there was a thread through all of them. And there was some sort of moral code or trying to reach some sort of understanding about who I am, what is my expression, not just that superficial interaction of life. How are you? Fine. Going to work, going to movies, whatever. There's obviously a much deeper um, experience, much deeper expression, often things we hold on to deep within. They say the tip of the iceberg is 10% of the iceberg, and it's the mass underneath that you really have to pay attention to. So I'd started writing this book called I Have a Pebble in My Shoe, which I have yet to finish. And it's really that it is this moral code or this philosophical musing understanding about who we are and what we're trying to be. Again, my point of view, what institutions, what schools could offer. Um, for instance, instead of just everyone being rote and doing the same exact thing, really trying to get at the individual's gifts and abilities and really hone those and bringing those into the light and really honoring that. Similar in laws, um, upholding really a moral code, which is what a law ultimately should be. And so I further went along and um, started reading, Hemingway and Henry Miller, and there was a rawness in Henry Miller. It jumped off the page. It was this guy bursting forth in the Tropic of Cancer, which became my Bible of writing. Um, so once I started writing The Reluctant Human, which is my first novel, it really is a raw purging of demons and pains and trying to get at some moral truth that is universal. Um, so I don't always, at the time, I usually wrote strictly about me, right? Me, my story, what happened, this place, that place. But after a while, I felt like, yes, I could keep writing that, but I feel like it was a richer world to write about other characters, other creatures, other people diving into their minds. But the truth of the matter is that moral code still is the thread that weaves through all of my stories. Um, in Leaves Piled High, it's about the dynamics that people share with each other, their own pursuits, but at the same time, their own needs, their own wants, their love. And sometimes people are afraid of these things. In Narracan, my sci fi piece, it's about how government manipulates media and information and how people are often misled. So it's always these truths that I'm trying to get at. For a long period of time, when I did write The Reluctant Human, that earlier stage, it was purging of the demons, purging of darkness, and really trying to get at some truth underneath all of it. Um, and I think that's what often drives writing, for me at least, and maybe for you, um, is trying to get at some truth. I mean, yes, you can be a womanizing jerk and rewrite. You can be, a racist jerk and write, but that isn't what should be driving you. It's easy to be belittling of others, is what I'm saying. A lot of people have internet and axe to grinds, and they're writing reviews all the time. All they do is that's their power, if you will. But again, you write that you purge those demons, and it frees you up to get to that lighter side of you, that truth that you're trying to live. And to me, I guess I'm calling it that moral code today. And again, there are plenty of writers, men in the old days, putting women down, objectifying. But hey, we can do the opposite, right? We can lift women, we can lift others, we can lift each other, because that's what moral codes are. As my sister likes to say, not her expression, but a rising tide lifts all ships. And I think it is true with humanity. Rising intelligence, rising vibration, rising ideas lift all of us and affect us all the same. So I would ask you, what is your moral code? What drives you beneath all of that crap that was put on you, all of that darkness that may be haunting you? Get that crap out. It's going to be a part of the writing, but it's that moral code, those threads, those themes are the ones that really drive you. And that's the thing that we all are looking for connection to others with. My truth, your truth, these deeper truths, if we all just stood up as our true selves, we do change the world. So that's all I'm leaving with you today is have a great day, kick ass, do your thing, but find out your own truth. It's fine to emulate other writers to start. We all do it. It's a natural progression, like a child watching a parent teach them lessons. But at some point, you do have to leave that behind, even though you maybe take some elements with you. You find your truth, your style, your prose, because that's how you stand up as an original. That's how you stand up as unique, and that's part of that moral code. So stay tough, keep fighting. Have a good day.